Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The Miami Dolphins are in a storm right now, and it feels like the winds are only getting stronger. After that humiliating 31-6 loss to the Cleveland Browns, head coach Mike McDaniel looked like a man who had finally run out of patience. You could see it in his body language, in his tone, in the short, clipped answers he gave to reporters. There was something different this time. It wasn't just another bad loss. This one felt like the kind that forces change, the kind that makes everyone in the building start looking over their shoulders and wondering who's next. And at the center of all that uncertainty, all those murmurs and raised eyebrows, is Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback who was supposed to be the face of this franchise, now standing at a crossroads that might define his entire career. You know how football fans talk about make-or-break games? Well, for Tua, this was supposed to be a get-right game. The Browns came in struggling just as much as the Dolphins, both sitting at 1-5, both desperate to find something, anything, to hang their hopes on. Instead, Miami didn't just lose, they imploded. And it wasn't one of those games where you can point to bad luck or a few unlucky bounces. This was domination, plain and simple. Cleveland owned them from the first snap to the last whistle. The Dolphins looked flat, lifeless, unprepared, and uninspired. And when your quarterback is the leader, the tone setter, the one everyone looks to in moments of chaos, you can't afford to have him look lost. But that's exactly what Tua looked like, lost in the pocket, lost in his reads, lost in his confidence. McDaniel didn't have to name him. Everyone in that post-game press conference knew who he was talking about. If you are negatively affecting the football team routinely, I don't have a choice but to assess a different player. That line hit like a thunderclap. You could almost feel the air leave the room. Those aren't throwaway words from a coach trying to dodge questions. That's a man drawing a line in the sand. That's a warning shot, and when it's fired in the direction of your quarterback, it echoes through every locker in the building. The message was clear. No one's job is safe, not even Tua's. The frustrating part for Dolphins fans is that this wasn't supposed to happen. When McDaniel arrived, he was supposed to be the one to unlock Tua's potential, to turn that raw, quick-release, RPO-driven passer from Alabama into an NFL star. For a while, it even looked like it was working. The Dolphins became one of the league's most electric offenses, with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle stretching defenses and Tua delivering dimes like it was second nature. But that feels like a lifetime ago now. Over the past few weeks, everything has unraveled. His decision-making has slowed, his accuracy has wavered, and the turnovers have piled up like debris after a storm. 10 interceptions in 7 games. Back-to-back 3-pick performances. That's not just bad. That's catastrophic for a team that was built to compete right now. And the thing is, turnovers don't just hurt your stat sheet. They break the spirit of a team. When your defense finally gets a stop, only for your quarterback to throw it away on the next possession, that eats at the locker room. When receivers start throwing up their hands in frustration or linemen walk off the field shaking their heads, that's when you know it's deeper than just a bad stretch of football. It's about trust. And right now, it feels like Tua is losing that trust from his teammates, from his coaches, and maybe even from himself. Late in the game against the Browns, McDaniel pulled Tua and sent in Quinn Ewers. Sure, on paper it was just a blowout substitution, the kind of move you make when the result is already decided. But let's be real, moves like that always send a message. Ewers didn't light it up or anything, but just his presence on the field changed the conversation. Suddenly, fans on social media were asking if a quarterback change was coming. Analysts started debating whether McDaniel should pull the trigger now or give Tua one more chance. And in a league where perception becomes reality overnight, that kind of talk has power. For McDaniel, this is one of those moments that define a coach. Does he stand by his quarterback, trusting that the player he helped build can find his rhythm again? Or does he make the cold, hard decision to bench him and try to salvage what's left of the season? Neither choice is easy. Stick with Tua, and you risk the locker room tuning you out if the losses keep piling up. Bench him, and you might destroy whatever confidence he has left. It's a no-win scenario, and yet one of those choices has to be made soon. Because one thing's for sure, you can't keep rolling out the same version of this offense and expect different results. You can tell McDaniel's frustration runs deeper than just one game. After the loss, he talked about accountability, about effort, about players needing to earn the right to stay on the field. That's not a coach venting after a tough loss. That's a coach who feels betrayed by the effort he saw on Sunday. And when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, it's not just Tua under the microscope. The entire team looks broken. The offensive line is a mess. The running game has vanished, and the defense, which was supposed to be a point of pride, can't stop anyone when it matters. But fair or not, the quarterback always bears the brunt of it. Tua's journey has always been about overcoming. From his injuries in college to his doubters in the NFL, he's been fighting to prove he belongs. And for stretches, he did. He showed poise, accuracy, and leadership. But now, all those old questions are back, louder than ever. Is he really a franchise quarterback? Can he handle adversity? Can he carry this team when everything else falls apart? The answers to those questions used to be hopeful maybes. Now they feel like uncomfortable truths waiting to be faced. The Dolphins fan base, one of the most passionate in football, is split right down the middle. Half of them still believe in Tua. They see the flashes, the talent, the potential that's still buried under all those mistakes. The other half has had enough. They're tired of excuses, tired of waiting for the real Tua to show up. They want change, even if it means uncertainty. And in the middle of that tug of war sits Mike McDaniel, trying to steer a sinking ship back to shore before it's too late. The schedule doesn't get easier from here, either. The Dolphins have to face several playoff-caliber teams in the coming weeks, and if they can't figure things out fast, this season could spiral completely out of control. McDaniel knows that. He knows the clock is ticking not just on Tua, but on himself. Coaches in this league don't get unlimited time to figure it out, no matter how innovative or likable they are. When you lose games like this, the whispers start, and those whispers can turn into front office meetings real quick. Maybe McDaniel believes benching Tua could shock the team into waking up. Or maybe it's just a bluff, a way to light a fire without actually striking the match. But make no mistake, something's coming. You can feel it. The energy around this team has shifted, and when a coach starts talking about assessing different players, that's not just talk. That's a promise of change. If this really is the beginning of the end for Tua in Miami, it's a sad twist to what was once such a hopeful story. He was supposed to be the guy who finally brought stability to the quarterback position, who led the Dolphins back to relevance. Instead, he's standing at a crossroads, facing questions about his future and wondering how it all went wrong so fast. Sometimes in football, momentum turns against you, and no amount of optimism can stop the slide. For now, all eyes are on Mike McDaniel. His next move will define not just this season, but possibly the future of the franchise. Does he double down on Tua, hoping for redemption? Or does he make the hard call that might save the team, but break his quarterback in the process? The Dolphins are out of time, out of excuses, and dangerously close to being out of answers. One thing's for sure. Whatever happens next, it's going to be loud, dramatic, and impossible to look away from. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? It's finally official. The Miami Dolphins have made a move that's sending shockwaves through the NFL world, and fans are already buzzing with anticipation. Dillon Gabriel, the explosive left-handed quarterback who has been on the radar of scouts and analysts for months, is now officially a Dolphin. From the moment rumors started swirling about his potential move to South Beach, speculation ran wild. People have been talking, tweeting, and debating late into the night about what this could mean for the franchise, and now, the wait is over. Gabriel, known for his canon of an arm and quick-thinking play style, is stepping into a city that is hungry for energy, innovation, and, frankly, wins. The excitement is palpable. You can almost feel it in the streets of Miami. Cafes are buzzing with fans discussing his stats. Beachgoers are stopping mid-surf to check their phones for updates. And social media has exploded with highlight reels and reaction clips. The Dolphins faithful have been craving a quarterback with the ability to turn the tide of a game with a single throw, and now they have him. The journey to this announcement has been filled with intrigue. Dillon Gabriel has been a name tossed around in trade rumors, draft analyses, and mock discussions for months, but the reality of him landing in Miami seemed almost too good to be true. Scouts have been praising his versatility, noting how he reads defenses, adjusts on the fly, and delivers pinpoint accuracy even under pressure. He is the kind of quarterback who doesn't just play the game, he transforms it. Sources close to the team hinted early on that the Dolphins were looking for a spark, someone who could not only execute plays but also inspire the locker room and reignite the fanbase's optimism. Gabriel fits that description perfectly. The fact that he is left-handed only adds to the mystique, giving offensive coordinators a unique weapon and opposing defenses a new puzzle to solve. Some analysts have compared his potential impact to other breakout quarterbacks who came into the league with immediate confidence and swagger, but many fans are keeping their expectations grounded, knowing that talent is only part of the equation. Still, the sense of anticipation is undeniable. Ever since the official confirmation hit the news, the reactions have been instantaneous. Fans took to Twitter and TikTok with clips of Gabriel's college highlights, and the comment sections have become a mix of pure excitement and speculative breakdowns of how he will fit into Miami's offensive schemes. Everyone seems to have an opinion. Some are already imagining deep bombs down the sidelines. Others are talking about quick slants and third-down conversions that will leave defenses scrambling. There's even chatter about how his leadership style could reshape the locker room dynamic. Gabriel is seen as a player who brings intensity and focus, but also someone approachable, who can energize a team and foster chemistry. Rumor has it that his teammates are already impressed by his preparation and work ethic, which is exactly the kind of presence Miami has been yearning for. For a franchise that has flirted with greatness but often fallen just short, this acquisition feels like a turning point. The timing of the announcement has only fueled the excitement. Coming at a moment when the Dolphins are looking to solidify their status as serious playoff contenders, Gabriel's arrival is being viewed as a statement. Miami isn't just adding another player, they're sending a message to the league. This is a team that intends to compete, that intends to innovate, and that isn't afraid to take calculated risks to achieve success. The buzz isn't just limited to fans and analysts. Rival teams are taking notice as well. There are whispers in locker rooms around the league, discussions about how to game plan against a quarterback with Gabriel's unique combination of arm strength, mobility, and field vision. His presence has already changed how opponents will approach the Dolphins, even before the first snap has been thrown. It's rare that a single player can generate this level of immediate intrigue, and it speaks volumes about both his abilities and the perception of Miami as a team on the rise. Diving deeper into Gabriel's style, the word explosive keeps coming up. His left-handed throws are described as precise but deceptively powerful, often catching defenders off guard. Analysts are predicting that he could redefine the way the Dolphins attack in the passing game, introducing schemes that leverage his arm angle, footwork, and quick release. The rumors about potential trick plays, bootlegs, and rollout passes are already swirling. Some insiders claim that the coaching staff has been working behind closed doors to design plays that maximize his strengths from day one, signaling that Miami doesn't intend to waste a single moment integrating him into their offense. It's a tantalizing prospect, a quarterback who can execute high-level strategy while also improvising when the play breaks down. Fans are imagining game-winning drives, fourth-quarter heroics, and highlight reels that will flood social media. The excitement is almost tangible. Of course, not everyone is ready to hand over the keys to the kingdom just yet. Critics are reminding fans that Gabriel, while talented, is stepping into a high-pressure environment where expectations are sky-high. The Dolphins have a history of bringing in promising players, and not all of them have lived up to the hype immediately. The debate is fierce. Some say he's exactly what Miami needs to push them over the top, while others caution that development, adjustment, and team chemistry are crucial factors that will determine his ultimate impact. Still, even the skeptics are acknowledging the buzz, the narrative, and the sheer excitement that comes with a quarterback who can electrify a franchise. The rumor mill continues to churn, with every training camp snapshot, interview snippet, and preseason play being analyzed for hidden meaning. Fans are dissecting his every move, from warm-up routines to practice throws, hungry for any clue about what the season might hold. As Miami prepares to officially integrate Gabriel into the team, the atmosphere feels charged. Locker room videos hint at a player eager to learn, while social media leaks show coaches nodding approvingly at his preparation habits. There's even talk among local media about the marketing potential, jerseys, highlight packages, and signature plays that could become synonymous with the Dolphins brand. The city of Miami, already vibrant and media-savvy, is embracing the idea of a new football icon in its midst. Restaurants, bars, and sports arenas are buzzing with chatter, while podcasts dedicate hours to breaking down his every stat. Rumors suggest that Gabriel's arrival may also influence other roster moves, as teammates and front office staff adjust strategies to optimize his strengths. It's a ripple effect that could impact the entire league. Ultimately, Dillon Gabriel's signing is more than just a player acquisition. It's a story, a conversation starter, a source of hope for a fan base that has been hungry for excitement. It's a reminder that the NFL is a league driven by moments, potential, and charisma, and Gabriel embodies all three. The narrative is already forming. A young, dynamic quarterback stepping into the spotlight, a city ready to embrace him, and a franchise aiming to rise to prominence. Whether he becomes a superstar overnight or grows into the role over time, one thing is certain: the Dolphins have made waves. The fans are ecstatic, and the rumor mill is only just getting started. Miami has a new left-handed spark, and the NFL world is watching closely, waiting for the first electrifying throw, the first clutch drive, and the first moment when Dillon Gabriel fully announces himself as the newest hero of the Dolphins. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.